Cody.
Yeah.
We are back, sir. We are back in action. And this is Subnautica development build 23050, otherwise known as the Seamoth update.
Sure.
Because it is named such because of this Seamoth we have right here, and you'll notice an extra little texture right here, and upgrades. So if we left click that, there are 4 upgrade slots for the Seamoth, which is pretty awesome.
Okay.
Some of those upgrades include things such as vortex torpedoes, which are non-lethal single target torpedoes that'll like wrap them in a whirlpool of water for a little while, allowing you to either escape or do some other stuff in the area. Electromagnetic perimeter defense module, which is basically like you activate it and anything around you gets a big shock and it sends them away or paralyzes them. There's also a sensor module that you can use and it'll map all the terrain of an area, which is really good for scouting out caves. There's also storage modules so you can bring stuff around. And there's like hull reinforcement and battery expansion. Now each Seamoth only has 4 upgrade slots, so you can only do a combination of any 4 of those things. So if you want to go like all-out warfare, you can have 4 pods of 4 torpedoes each, so 16 torpedoes or any combination or whatnot. Another thing I've noticed with this update is, and this may have been here with a previous update, we're going to kind of canvas some of the older stuff too. These like, you have like chunk lines, and stuff won't load in, like the finer textures and plants won't load in past that area. Now this...
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, this might be because I'm in creative mode, which is a new mode. A new mode added in the habitat update, which, boom, the habitat update. Tell me about it. How cool is that, right? There's also like a totally new power system. And I have some of these little solar panels right here, and they are direct connecting to this power transmitter, which is close enough to the base that it transmits it to the base. So kind of functions like power lines. Kind of a nifty little thing. And each of these gives you a certain amount of power. Since I'm in creative mode, I kind of have access to whatever I want. I can just kind of pop and drop any of this stuff here, which is pretty nifty. There's different reactors, so this is like an easy power thing. There's like a bioreactor, thermal plant, nuclear reactor. Some more dangerous ones produce more power for your base. But yeah, pretty cool stuff happening. So let's dock our Seamoth in our Seamoth dock. Right over here. Pilot it carefully. Here we go. Boop. And that, yeah, super cool. And that will, so the upgrade slot's open, so I can access the upgrades, and it'll also recharge it from our base's thing. A weird thing I've noticed is when you dock, the lighting doesn't affect it properly, so that's a little bug that needs to be fixed. But this is our docking area. I've got a fabricator, so we have access to all of our, traditional stuff here. And I think the last update we actually covered was the one where they added the upgrade station for your like knife and stuff. So it's been a while. So all this habitat stuff is entirely new. It's very new. New textures on everything. Things work differently. There's these little lockers. You can edit the names on them. Here's our workbench. We can upgrade stuff at. We'll get to that stuff in a second here. So let's run around here on the first floor. I made everything out of glass and just reinforced some of the main structures because I think it's super pretty to do that. There are also these hatches. So if you're having like water problems, you can close a hatch and it'll seal off a section. Also, there's just a nifty little animation.
I feel like the lighting on your character there too was also.
Yeah, some of this stuff is not done yet. That's for sure. Some of the way it functions. And then here's an entrance hatch. Where's that ladder? Here we go. Let's head on upstairs. So here we are. So these are the old-looking lockers, and there's new benches. We can take a seat and appreciate the base. And if we head on over here, this is my favorite area. These are little like biodome things, and these are aquariums where you can actually store fish. So it has an inventory. I have an air sac floating around in there. So you can like collect fish, which is pretty cool. So I have I have a couple floors of those. Little observational areas where you can check the place out. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it feels pretty similar when you're placing things and building things. You don't have to build on platforms, obviously, but they have these new procedurally generated little supports that'll pop into the ground if you don't place them on an actual platform. But yeah, and you know, creative mode is amazing. It just gives you the freedom to run around and check out the new biomes and creatures without worrying about getting messed up.
That whole chunk line thing is interesting. I wonder
Yeah,
if that is
I don't know
just...
if that is just a creative thing or if that's a new setting. Actually, I wonder. No.
Oh, look at those options.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think those are the in-game options. You
Oh,
might not.
okay.
You might be able to set some of that stuff out of game. So they still do the fragment things for researching and all that, and there are new blueprints to be found and memorized and figured out. But yeah, I mean that's the majority
like this
of
game.
things. I really like this game. Like, I mean, like I could listen to this music all fucking day long. I think the music is really, really good, and it has just enough foreboding elements to it that make me kind of nervous to swim through dark places, and there's just enough energy to it that makes me want to swim around and explore things and all that. And if we go way down here,
Oh, so you have unlimited oxygen.
right, yeah, and health and stuff, so nothing can really
What is that?
bother me. Those have always been a part of it. They're these little flower things, and they shoot
yeah.
out these little dudes that totally suck. Hate those little guys. Those will totally mess you up.
So are there seeds in this game, like for worlds?
That's a good question. I think there are. I think there are. I think you can access that from the main menu. But they're kind of trying to stress some more things. They're trying to stress underwater or underwater, like deep caving. They're trying to stress a little bit more. And that stuff has always been super intimidating because those are the scariest areas because you don't have much light. And it's very easy to get lost. But with the Seamoth sonar upgrade, that's going to really help mapping out caves.
Right.
Also, they were talking about some future ideas. I'm just going to kind of swim around while I talk about this. They're talking about some future ideas that they're wanting to implement. So a focus going forward, they want a freshwater filtration machine. They're thinking about implementing that because right now you get water back from essentially like eating fish and like processing them down. They also want to focus on underwater farming, so there'd be like a hydroponic slab that you can build as part of your base. There's a Lost River biome they were looking into making, which looks really interesting. That'll have like a bunch of skeletons of very large, like prehistoric fish. And then the PDA is going to be getting some attention to make it more like an iPad. So there's just more things you can do, and there will be like story elements given to you. Kind of in that way via messages and updates. So a lot of exciting stuff coming down the pipeline, and just already. Okay, good. The beacons still work. But yeah, this whole texture thing is really bothering me. Again, I don't know if it's a setting you can adjust, or if it's a creative thing, or if this is just kind of the way it is right now. Kind of a bummer. There are definitely still areas that drop frames pretty bad, even with some of this loading stuff. Some of their fixes like that. But I gotta say, a lot of this game is looking for very specific things, and not being able to spot them from farther away can be a pretty big hindrance.
Yeah, I bet.
I imagine.
I mean, can you hop into a single player game right now?
Yeah,
Or
let's
a non-creative?
let's go ahead and do that. Let's
Oh.
if I save it, I can't exit to menu? Oh, weird.
That is very weird.
Well, I'll do a quick cut, and we'll hop back to the main menu. So, be right back. So here we are in the main menu. I clicked options, and basically it's all done before you actually launch the game. There's a little menu that comes up, and you select your graphics quality. So real quick, I'm going to load back into our creative, because it was on minimum by default for some reason. So I bumped it up to recommended, so maybe that'll influence the range with which things load, much like in Minecraft you can adjust the render distance. Also, This could take a million years to load in. Oh no, nice. That was actually very quick. You know what? It looks like we're not getting those anymore. As much. It's at least farther away. Yeah, because I mean that wouldn't have been loaded in before.
So it looked like that's just a graphical setting.
Yeah, that's so. If you need to be on minimum settings, just know that you're gonna have a much harder time. Let's actually. Here we go. Let's equip this guy. Zoom on over here. You know, super freaking cool game. Blomp.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. See ya. Really, really cool game. This is probably one of my favorite survival genre games, just because of how different it is. There isn't another... Well, there is another game like it, but it's a complete piece of shit, and I won't even say its name, but it's on Steam. Don't go looking for it, and don't buy it, and don't play it. But, like... I don't know, there's something about this game. And, like, the art style is really cool, and... I've been very impressed with the amount of things that they have managed to add to it over the past, just like a year or so. It is definitely a different game from when I started playing it, and that's only in good ways. So that's kind of our current update here for the Subnautica Seamoth update, build 23050. There's supposed to be a new one coming in the next couple of weeks, so hopefully we're going to try and stay on top of this journey thing again. I know we lapsed for a while, but we're going to try and keep you guys up to date with the latest Subnautica news. So thank you all for watching. Cody, thanks for joining me. And we will see you all next time.